Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Never Stop podcast. My name is Dave. Before this was used to be called the Davisms podcast. I just changed it because I kind of stumble over my Davisms and I guess just do something new. And the reality is life never stops. Nothing stops until you're 6 feet under. Oh, I can't sing. But so we're getting back on track with doing the podcast, and now it's also in video. In case you want to stare at this, you can. I don't know why, but you can. Or obviously just listen to on Spotify or wherever else you're listening to. Spotify will obviously have video too. So where do I want to start with this episode coming into the new year, January 1st? Basically just focusing on things I like to get done this year. As far as goals. And the main one is I am a cyclist. I enjoy cycling for fun. I don't race. I've raced in the past. I've raced mountain bikes. I've raced road bikes. And road cycling especially is very dangerous. So I don't have any desire to go back to doing or trying that. I wouldn't mind trying mountain bike again, but I'd have to buy a new mountain bike, and that's not happening. But my major goals are doing at least 4 rides that are 100 miles or more this year. And what I'm starting to do is just to use my social media to keep myself more accountable to whatever goals I may have. And I guess that's really the focus on today's episode is how do you hold yourself accountable to achieving something you want to do? There are some people I know that they can write stuff down or just say, this is what I'm going to do when they go do it and don't tell anybody. And sometimes I think that's actually good. If you can get to that point and do stuff. I mean, I'm fairly decent with that. Although last year I only did one ride that was 64 miles and a lot of shorter rides, 2-hour rides, or even riding indoors. And I never got to a point where I was like, okay, I want to go do these longer rides. I feel I have the stamina and ability. Although if you can ride 64 miles, you can do 100. Usually they say if you can do 50, you can do 100. But I just wasn't in as good a shape as I wanted to be in. And now that I'm working towards that, I've lost I've lost 25 pounds of fat, and I put on, I think it's about 23 and a half pounds of muscle. So my weight hasn't really changed much. Now I'm just really working on attacking the fat, and that is the biggest thing for me is eating after 9 o'clock or at night. So I've actually, which has been very useful, is just journaling stuff in a day planner. And I reward myself every day I don't eat at night. I give myself $20, which seems like a lot, but I have to have a good incentive. So I'll write down $20 in there in the planner. And then every day I write in the planner, I give myself $5. And every day I do not have some kind of candy bar or whatever, because I don't buy them, but they are at work. I'll give myself $10. So that could be $35 a day, and that adds up to a lot of money. So I'm really focusing on doing that as a motivation. And then eventually, I really don't need the monetary, but I'm just doing it to, it just shows you when you do something small every day, it just adds up to the big goal or plan or whatever it is you have, getting closer to achieving it. And that's just my own accountability stuff. And then doing more stuff on social media, my goal is to be more accountable and hopefully or motivate people too, and myself in addition to other people. And then just people can have a nice conversation back and forth about, not a conversation, but, just amping each other up to complete their own goals. And I just think that's a really good thing to do. And I'm just trying to look at, using social media in the most positive ways, other than me. What I love doing is I watch different cycling races or some political stuff, and what else? Different homes, like looking at homes, people building homes or remodeling them and stuff like that. Stuff I'm interested in. I try not to go. I really don't watch the news at all, but I do follow people that or just talk about stuff. And if there's a big event, I'll turn on the news. But for the most part, I don't. So I'm just trying to use the social media in a positive manner as much as possible. I mean, there are times where you just watch stuff and you're doing it mindlessly, but I'm really trying to cut that down. Instead of watching it, instead of watching sports, I'd rather participate in the sport and get something out of it. Me watching it's cool to watch, and whatever it is you're watching. I like various types of auto racing, and I would love to do it, but any kind of racing is expensive. Even cycling racing can get expensive if you want the best stuff or, you break stuff. Um, but I'd rather, instead of watching people doing things, I want to do them instead of just sitting there mindlessly. So this year's goals are, like I said, 4 rides of 100 miles or more. And usually there'll be charity rides or, yeah, usually most of them are usually charity. The money's going towards something, so that's beneficial. And then intertwined in those type of long distance goals, well, how I want to know, I want to look at how fast I can do them. I'm not racing anybody but myself, just to see what my gains are. And in cycling, you go by wattage, your power, and I'm just trying to increase my power, even though I'll be 58 this month on the 27th. Please send gifts, cash. I'll take silver. Silver's doing really well. Silver doubled basically, so that I'll take silver, gold, whatever. Bitcoin, I'd rather have something real in my hands. Um, but yeah, it's just really focusing on what goals are important to me. How am I going to get to the finish line on them? And then just making new ones and helping anybody along the way in their path of goals or, things they want to get done. And it's the new year, people make their resolutions. I don't really have any resolutions. As for Christmas, I really didn't want anything. I just wanted me and my buddy Don go to Chili's, and then, yeah, okay, it's sit down fast food, but it's definitely better than McDonald's. And if you get there's actually things that are halfway decent there, and that's all I wanted. I told my sister and mother, I just want a Chili's gift card. I don't want anything else. That's it. So, and I only go out maybe once a week or so I don't go every day. Well, if I could afford it, I would. But yeah, it's a little too much salt and whatever the crap's in that food. But for the most part, I eat really healthy as best I can. It's just avoiding the treats at work, bringing donuts, bringing candy. I don't buy any of this stuff. So that's another thing on my list of a goal, is not to eat that as much. Instead of, if it's there, I'm going to eat it. How about let's just have it once a week and make it like a treat type of thing. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's just simple goals. I have other goals of being more organized, cleaning up my spaces, which I can be good at, and then it just goes bad. Although they say, if the most brilliant people do not have a clean desk. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I think it's just good to get, especially where you sleep, to have a very clean area. I think it helps you sleep better. That's another thing I'm working on, is better and longer sleep, but I'm doing pretty good with that. So that's going to wrap that up for this episode of Never Stop Podcast. And that's the thing. Is just keep going forward. That's what I have to do. And I hope you'll do the same. And, in the comments on Spotify, just you can add any goals you want to do, or what do you want help on. And maybe we can all help each other to get to where we want to go, where we want to be, what we want to achieve. And I just hope you all have a great new year. Be healthy, safe, wise, wherever you may be in the world. And until the next time, adios, everybody. And goodbye, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ciao.